Hi everyone. In this video we are going to see a useful trick. We will see how we can multiply any number by 9 without using a calculator or doing any complex multiplications. Let's say we wanted to multiply 57 by 9. We know that multiplication by 10 is trivial. We simply add a 0 to the multiplicand and that is the final result. However, if we multiply by 10, whereas here the problem is to multiply by 9, we would have multiplied 1 times too many because 10 is 1 greater than 9. So we must subtract 57 from the result of the first step. So the first step is to multiply 57 by 10, and in this case the result would be 570. From 570 we must subtract 57, so the final answer is 513. This is much easier to do in the head rather than having to multiply 57 by 9 and doing the carryover and remembering the carry, etc. Let's see another example. Let's multiply 39 by 9. Once again, we multiply by 10 and then subtract 39 from the result. In this example, when we multiply 39 by 10, we get 390. And when we subtract 39 from 390, we get 351, which is the final answer. Notice that the units place of the result is always 10 minus the units place of the multiplicand. For example, here, the units place of the final result is 1, which is arrived at by subtracting 9 from 10. Notice also that the tens place of the result is always the difference of the two digits of the multiplicand less 1, because we had to borrow 1 in the previous step. So here the tens place of the result is 9 minus 3 minus the 1 we had to borrow in the previous step. Also notice that the hundreds place of the result is the first digit of the multiplicand. Let us take yet another example and compare it with the previous two examples. This time, let us try and multiply 62 by 9. Once again, we first multiply by 10 and subtract the multiplicand from the result of the first step. Notice that the units place of the result is still 10 minus the units place of the multiplicand, and here it is 8, which is 10 minus 2. However, unlike the previous two examples, in this case, when we try to calculate the tens place of the result, we need to borrow a 1 from the hundreds place. This is slightly different from the earlier two examples, for example in 39, where we simply copied the tens place of the multiplicand into the result. If we generalize the solution by representing the first digit of the multiplicand by an x and the second digit of the multiplicand by a y, then the hundreds place of the final result is the tens place of the multiplicand, as with 39. However, if the units place of the multiplicand is larger than the tens place of the multiplicand, then the hundreds place of the result is 1 less than the tens place of the multiplicand, as with 72. The tens place of the final result is always y minus x minus 1. That is, it is the difference of the tens place and the units place of the multiplicand less 1. In the final result, the units place is always 10 minus the units place of the multiplicand. So the next time you have to multiply any number by 9, remember this generalization and you can easily arrive at the answer directly without having to do any lengthy multiplication. Note that you can extend this technique to 99 and also to 999. The rules of the shortcut are similar to the rules we derived for 9 earlier in this video. Once again, the units place of the result is 10 minus the units place of the multiplicand, etc. I leave you to work out the rules yourself. If you want to practice this technique and learn more such techniques, download the Mental Math Workbook from Google Play. It's available for only 99 cents. So just head on down to Google Store and search for the application as shown here. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you liked it. If you have any comments, suggestions, Please do feel to contact us via Facebook. Alternatively, you can send us feedback via our website, which is www.fareastsoftware.com, as shown here.